Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and Chris Navarette from the Kirkwood Music Department is back to talk about activities for the remainder of the semester. Chris, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Dennis.
So, traditionally, Kirkwood always has a jazz concert, middle of November. Mm-hmm. This has been going on, it's been going on all the time that I've been at Kirkwood, and way long before that, so long time. Yeah. But this year, making a couple of schedule changes. So first off, we want to make sure that people know that you want to come to a Kirkwood Jazz concert in the middle of November. It's not on Saturday anymore. And in fact, there are actually two concerts. Mm-hmm. So talk about why you decided to kind of move things around a little.
Yeah, one of the biggest reasons why is because there's so much music happening on the weekend in the Cedar Rapids area, in Iowa City, pretty much all throughout the corridor. And instead of competing for these time...
Tough to compete with Orchestra Iowa and the Englert and Hampshire.
Yeah. We want to spread the love around a little bit. So we thought, hey, let's go during the weekday. And it could be a nice, maybe an appetizer for the weekend. So, but we got a lot of great things cooking up on the weekdays.
Yeah, so Thursday, November 13th, will be the fall concert. This is kind of the one that traditionally, at least, old guys like me think of as happening on the Saturday night. So moving that to Thursday, that's got to be better for the students too, because Thursday night's kind of a traditional get ready for the weekend. Mm-hmm. Maybe I don't have as many Friday classes, so it is kind of a time to get out and have some fun.
Absolutely.
For a college student.
Yeah. It's more accessible to a lot of our students, and so Thursdays made sense.
So, but two concerts. Mm-hmm. So you've got a Thursday night and a Sunday afternoon, but different groups. So it's not the same concert.
That's right. Yep.
So tell me which groups are going to be performing on which nights.
Yes. So the Kirkwood Jazz, the student jazz band.
The big band.
The big band, yes. They'll be performing on Thursday night. With that, we'll have the Jazz Fusion Group, which is a Kirkwood ensemble as well, but it's a smaller group. Will be performing on that Thursday night. We'll have them, the Jazz Fusion Group, open, and we'll have the big band close. Short intermission in between. And then on Sunday, we'll have the Kirkwood Groove, which is the Kirkwood pop ensemble playing commercial music. And we'll have the CR Jazz Big Band.
Because CR Jazz Big Band's still going strong.
Yes.
Blake Shaw continues to direct that, and they really focus on this fall concert as well. So this is kind of probably an opportunity for them to do maybe just a little bit longer of a program.
Yes.
And get to spend a little bit more time because it's not quite as long a bill.
Yeah, like you said, Blake's doing a fantastic job. I just played a gig with him in Marion this last weekend, and he's very excited about the group. The group is always getting better, and they're always playing fun, fast, and exciting music.
So you mentioned the two smaller ensembles, Kirkwood Groove and the Kirkwood Jazz Fusion Group. I know the Fusion Group was the one you took to Kingston Yard a few weeks ago. What are the repertoire of these two groups? Because you said Jazz Fusion, that brings a certain style of music to our minds.
Yeah. So they're really into Cassiopeia. It's a Japanese fusion group, and a couple of their songs right now they are transcribing from the record and writing out lead sheets to those songs. And then we are arranging it to fit the instrumentation of that group. So that's...
I have heard of Cassiopeia, but I've not dove too far into that. So interesting.
It's something that's kind of new to me. So one of the things that as an educator I believe in is, working on things that, of course, check the boxes, check the educational curriculum, if you will, but can be practiced through various forms of music. I'm also a believer in playing things that you like to play. And so when they suggested this group to me, I said, absolutely. It's going to be a long learning road here, but there's a lot to gain from it. And so we've been working at that, and they've been working very hard at diving into their music.
Well, and transcribing a song in making your own lead sheet out of it is not easy, but I do not know of any top musician that I have ever spoken with or heard who did not spend time in there, and sometimes not even early, sometimes throughout their career, sitting down with a record and writing out the notes by ear.
Yeah, there's It's a long, tedious task, but we're essentially getting all the performance practice from these musicians, and we are understanding how they think about music in this genre of music. As a result, we're collecting all this information, assembling it, analyzing in a theoretical manner, also in a performance manner, and then putting it all together. And it just allows us to get better along the way.
What about Kirkwood Groove? You said they are more of a pop sensibility. What are the kids down with these days?
Well, that's a fun group because a lot of the members in that group are in the ensemble from last year. And we have a few new additions. That group does like to focus on popular music. So like Stevie Wonder is the first one that comes to my mind.
Oh, okay. That's in my wheelhouse. I'm not. I don't feel quite so aged and decrepit.
Yeah, it's they love it. I know Carlos Santana has come up with that group as well. Yeah, they're constantly taking the music from these musical icons and arranging it for their ensemble. And this is something that they work very hard at. And another thing about that group is they're constantly gigging in town and trying to build that entrepreneurship connection.
And that's part of what you're teaching too. Not just here's how to transcribe a song, but you got to go out and hustle for the gigs too.
That's right. And that can be confusing to a lot of. I mean, I know it was for me when I was in school, and it's something that I just wish I had was somebody to just push me to that a little bit closer and go through the motions a little bit. And they're kicking butt. I tell you. I think they played a gig, Amana Colonies. They played a couple gigs over there, and we're trying to work them into the CR, downtown CR. The scene over there.
Nice. Something you said made me revisit this in my mind. Because Kirkwood's a community college and most students are here for 2, maybe 3 years, occasionally a little bit longer if they're just going part-time. Mm-hmm. But this creates both some joys and some challenges as an educator because your groups can look dramatically different in just a few months' time.
Yeah, that's the fun part. I was just talking to somebody about this. The turnover's incredibly fast. You got to take every student, you have to take their learning for where they're at and meet them there and then encourage them to proceed to the next step. And so we have a lot of, what would you call it, stepping stones to get to the goal, if you will. And one of those things that we use to get students ready for these performances out in the community are the jam sessions, the student jam sessions that happen on campus, and this happens bi-monthly, as well as the lunch and listen that Dr. Allison Holmes-Dixon puts on in the semester as well. So the more you can put your hands on it and go through that experience, the closer you will get to improvement. And I'm a firm believer in that.
Kirkwood Jazz Ensemble Big Band and the Jazz Fusion Group performing Thursday night, November 13th, 7:30, in Ballantyne Auditorium. And then another concert on Sunday with CR Jazz and Kirkwood Groove, and that's at 2 o'clock, yeah?
Yes.
Tickets for both of these available in advance, if you like, at kirkwood.edu/Ballantyne. And, of course, Chris, we talked mostly about what's going on in the jazz department when you come in and chat, but you also direct the Kirkwood Concert Band, and they will be in action with their fall/winter concert in December, too. So you're prepping that at this same time.
Yes, they are hitting the music with a full head of steam. I tell you, the theme for this fall concert is going to be focused around the natural world. Bringing up the natural world comes up to mind. You're thinking, the elemental properties. So we got wind and fire and all those things. Yes, we will be performing around those entities, but I also threw in a couple different curveballs, if you will, things that still are focused around the natural world, but maybe not so cliche.
Okay, all right. The 4 elements and a few surprises, too, with the Kirkwood Concert Band, and that's always the first part of December.
Mm-hmm. be on December 4th.
December 4th. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, you can find out more about all these concerts at kirkwood.edu/Ballantyne. Chris, always a happy thing to have you come and tell us what's going on in the Kirkwood Music Program, and have a great end of the semester.
All right. Thanks, Dennis.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.